Hello, hello. Welcome back to the weekly Monday Motivation Podcast. I am your host, Sandi Ballard, the Badass Business Coach, as I've been called many times, and I love it. Because, yes, I help people realize their badassness. Thank you for being here. Thanks for listening, and thanks for sharing the podcast with others in your network. And a special shout out to Brent Thompson from San Diego and Stephen Andert from Arizona. Thanks, guys, for listening. Thanks for connecting on social media and commenting on some posts. And appreciate all of you, especially first-time listeners. If you have not been here before, obviously, because you're first time, make sure you connect with me on social media. Sandi Ballard, Sandi with an I, on LinkedIn, on Instagram, or you can search under the Badass Business Coach on Instagram, and Taskmaster Sandi, again with an I, on Twitter, Growing Forward Success Coaching on Facebook. So I appreciate you connecting with me so we can continue to work together and comment and share and grow, because that's what it's all about, right? And can you believe it's already December 2nd? 4 more weeks left. 4 full weeks, that's it. 4 full weeks in 2019. Last week, if you're in the U.S., how was your Thanksgiving? For those regular listeners, based on last week's podcast and post, did you give yourself permission to breathe? Did you give yourself permission to indulge? To do something you haven't because you felt you needed permission. You needed someone else to say, it's okay. And now you can put that goal on your 2020 plan because you realize you will achieve that goal as you only needed permission from you, right? We've talked a lot about that throughout the year, but it's a matter of just kind of working through all that shit that gets in the way of why we don't achieve things. And that's why I like to really dig deep with my clients to get them to think about why they've achieved some and why they haven't achieved others. Because, as I shared last week, many of my responses I heard were about mental and physical health. Not being able to find time to work out or read a book, have quiet time, friend time, just time to take a breath because you're always going. And yes, as I heard, I believe that Stephen said, it's not just women that do that. So I understand, but women are horrible at asking for help. We can do it all. And then, like I said, that's why we're bitchy sometimes. And I get it with the move here and the time difference. Client calls are sometimes starting at 6 a.m. And that'd be right in the middle of the time I would be running or working out. But I don't just not do it. And I don't have anyone to ask for permission. So I modify my time. And some people may think it seems, not possible or selfish to run at 10 a.m. or disrupt regular business hours. But you have to modify and look at how things are going. And I adjusted. Do I like running at 10? Well, it's a little bit warmer, but I would rather get it out of the way and get going. But I'm going to adapt and modify based on my move. I'm not going to put my clients out because I moved, right? But when I start my calls at 6 a.m., by 10, I'm ready for a mental break. And that good old run helps me. Yes, 4 weeks left. What about you? What's on your Finish the Year Strong worksheet? What results are you playing for? And if you're new here and you haven't gotten your Finish the Year Strong, email me, sballard@growingforward.biz. Email me for the Finish the Year Strong worksheet. It's 4 weeks. It's not too late to get started on that. So what are you playing for? And, my results actually go right along with what I've been talking about the last couple weeks, mental and physical health. My results this week are, ironically, feel stronger and healthier mentally and physically. It's hilarious. I actually wrote that a month ago. And this week I want to dig a little deeper into my runs and push myself. I've been stopping at about 1.5 miles, 1.75 miles, taking a breath, which is not bad because then I can go stronger. But it's like, what happened? I've been running 6 miles without stopping before. But this whole move, I've been off the last, few months since we've known about it and 2 months since I've been here. And I want to get back into that. And that mental aspect of it is really hard. And last Friday, I started running and I actually caught myself just listening to the music. Not thinking, not stressing or worrying. I was just running, more like my old running self, more machine-like, where I was just listening to music and enjoying it. It was more consistent. I was actually faster, and it was fun. I know many of you don't think running is fun, but it's how I just take a mental break. And it was the best run I've had in the last 2 months since I've been here in California. Mentally, more than anything, I wasn't beating myself up, and I wasn't full of excuses to stop or to walk, cut it short. So how will running and feeling stronger help me finish 2019 strong? Well, as I've talked about plenty of times, if I'm operating at 100%, then I'm showing up for my clients and the new people I meet here like I should be. 100% me. I'm fully present and my fully funny, authentic, badass self. Because if you're only running at 20% or 80%, that's all you're giving everyone else too. So what about you? Do a check on your Finish the Year Strong worksheet. And if you're new, like I said, email me for the worksheet. It's not too late to start. What we're doing, we're playing for results versus just checking things off the list and not burning ourselves out. We have to instill a little fun into our lives or we'll get overwhelmed and burned out because we feel like we have to versus want to. So, yes, that was my elbow popping, if you heard that. So what's one thing you realized that you weren't doing that was keeping you from achieving a goal? And now you've given yourself permission to do so. Permission to do whatever it is. What if you put that on your Finish the Year Strong worksheet? Yes, you can modify it. And you play for those results. How can, by starting now, help you finish the year strong? Just adding that, tweaking it. I mean, look at your worksheet as it is. There might be something on there that aligns with it. Just like your word of the year. If you don't have a word of the year, email me again, sballard@growingforward.biz, because we need to get a word of the year for 2020. But my word of the year for 2019 was expand. Little did I know I'd be expanding to California, but my reason for the word was to expand my reach, my connections, my network and clients outside of Indiana and outside of the regional area where I was strong in. And that's happened with the move, but it's a lot of work and also balance to not lose what I have and the strength that comes from that large network and connections and all the badasses I know in Indiana. But think about the word expand. The word itself has expanded, and I've had to expand in many different ways with this move. So even my word has evolved and expanded. So really think about this. The next 4 weeks, take a look at your sheet. The next 4 weeks are going to be full of holiday activities, some fun, some not so fun. How can you use your Finish the Year Strong worksheet to help you stay focused on having fun and finishing strong? And how that really attaches itself to your overall goal and your word of the year. I know that's a lot, but so I'm wanting you to look at this and just see how this Finish the Year Strong worksheet has really helped you pull it all together. All right, playing for results. Again, email me sballard@growingforward.biz or post here how things are going, what's your word of the year, and how it's tied in with everything you've been playing for results on, everything you've been doing. You got this. And if you don't feel like you do, well, let's talk, because I've also created a program, a results-driven coaching program, 10 weeks or 20 weeks. And for Cyber Monday, for today, it's 50% off. I'm not sure, I was not in turkey coma when I set it up on Eventbrite. But it's on my website, www.badassbusiness.coach or growingforward.biz. Email me for the deal, because the pricing's only good till December 5th. And we just need to get started by January 1st. But let's finish the year strong, everyone, all right? So again, focus on your last 4 weeks, how things are tying together. Really think deeper about all of this and how it's pulling together, and how, since you've given yourself permission to do that last little thing, it can help you kick ass even more. Have a great week. I look forward to hearing from you. Cheers.